And blessings. This is Jovhannah Tisdale, the spiritual love healer, also known as the shamanic money priestess and ancestral bodywork priestess. I am sitting here feeling awe. I'm feeling resistance. And I started journaling, but realized I needed to talk this out. I wanted to do a video, but it's late and I don't want to be on camera right now. So I thought doing this in an audio format would be just fine. So thank you for tuning in to the Abundantly Ever After show. I'm Jovhannah Tisdale, your host. I am a spiritual healer, a spiritual coach, an intuitive tarot reader, a body worker, a priestess, all the things to really help you heal, grow, and thrive so that you can live abundantly ever after pain, heartache, and trauma. I have been on a wild journey in the entrepreneurial streets. And it's funny because everything has come back full circle. Everything else that I started and tried did not work. Well, it worked, but it wasn't aligned. It wasn't where I was supposed to be. And, I've switched brands. I've changed brand names. I've changed brand colors and websites. And the number of websites that I have built and rebuilt and updated and tweaked and tailored to it's insane. I have had phenomenal teachers, coaches, healers, and practitioners guide me. And where I'm at right now, looking back at what I've experienced and what I've been through, it's mind blowing. It really is. A business is a spiritual practice. It is very much similar to having a child. It's something that you give birth to, and then you must nurture it and sustain it so that it can then begin to thrive and maintain its energy independently. I don't even know what I was before the spiritual love healer, the spiritual love coach, the spiritual love healer. I preferred healer because at my core, I am a healer. Spiritual love is what the true essence of love is that was revealed to me, and a thread that I am helping to weave. I'm not the first person to speak on spiritual love. In fact, the first time I saw that phrase was in a book. It's a little pink book about soulmates and twin flames, and I cannot think of the author right now. But if I do, I will link it in the description so that you can check it out. And in the book, it says spiritual love. And that was so validating for me because I know that this is a true principle. And in fact, I'm starting to see it as a law, but that's for another time. The other time I saw it was the dusky pink dragon in my Dragon's Oracle deck. He was the dragon of spiritual love. And that is in part why my brand colors are rose. It's rose gold, but of course it's going to look like pink because pink is the color of unconditional love. And rose gold, when you look at the meaning of that color, it represents unconditional love. And so for me, that was the closest vibration. So our heart chakra is green. I do use a beautiful shade of green for the Abundantly Ever After podcast. I'm not going to change that because that is a very specific frequency for this. But it also is, green is the color of our heart chakra. So it's not the exact green, but it is a thread, a shade of green. So that still correlates into my healing work. And then I see the heart chakra as having chambers, very much like the physical heart, but that's something I will dive into later. I'm getting ahead of myself. One of my teachers, Abiola Abrams, created the African Goddess Rising Oracle deck. It's a beautiful deck. She also wrote the African Goddess Initiation book, which I am in. And listen, everything happens in divine timing. There are no such things as mistakes. I had been feeling a shift and transformation happening around me, and I knew something was up, but just could not place my finger on it. So I saw that Goddess Abiola was having this program that dives deeply into her cards. Her cards are definitely one of my favorite decks. It is an African goddess deck. I needed it. I love it. I wanted to learn more about the cards, so I was able to participate in the class, and by extension, saw that she had a new business coaching offering as well. And something was just like, do it. Because where I'm at with my work as a therapist is, in truth, I'm at the point where I don't even want to be a massage therapist. And I say that just because, not because of the work. I love massage. I love I love it. But the industry, the employment side, the employer side, to me is absolutely disgusting. Won't talk about that right now, but I'm just like, it's not going to make a difference if I go find another place to work at as a massage therapist. So I have something else that I'm working on along that avenue. But I was like, right now, I need to get back to myself and get into the work that I truly desire to do. And so I was like, let me start back taking clients again and really build up, my brand so that I can free myself from this industry and create the pathway within the massage industry that I see needs to be created. So boom, all of this stuff just falls in line. I'm thinking that, I've got all these new skills. I'm just gonna create something completely new, scrap my entire body of work before, I'll just make my book and whatever. So I'm watching a masterclass that she hosted. I didn't attend the masterclass. It was like a free offering that she was sharing to let people know that she is a prosperous priestess coach, that she had a 6-figure spiritpreneur priestess program coming out. And I was like, I want to, dive in from the beginning with an open heart, an open mind, throwing out anything that I knew before, because I want to create something new and I don't want the past to color things. So I was watching day 2 of the Prosperous Priestess Masterclass, and I knew I wanted to attend, and she had a VIP offering, and I wasn't able to do the VIP offering. So I also know that I didn't attend, and I was going to go back through the previous courses that I had with her. But yeah, while I'm on this class, I hear my name, and there I was on the screen, and I just cried. The way that she was talking about me and my business and the way that it had changed my life and my children's life was so different from the way that I saw it. Number one, it was a coming home. She called me home to myself, and it was absolute confirmation that I needed to be here again, that this was the work that I was supposed to do. And I felt a deep resonance with the spiritual love healer again. So that's who I am at my core, is I am a healer, and it doesn't matter what modality I learn, what coaching certificate I have, if I'm using crystals, if I'm using Reiki, if I'm using sound, if I'm using my cards, if I'm using my voice, like I am a healer. I've always been a healer. I've always known that I am a healer, whether it's herbs, whether it's candle work. I am a healer. And spiritual love is the law by which I heal. Everything that I do is heart-centered. It's love-based. That is who I am. I'm a very loving, nurturing person. It just is what it is. And there was some sadness and some regret and some fears of failure, because at the time I could not see that within myself. There was so much fear and resistance and self-sabotage that I was experiencing while I was building my business. And I did have success. I was doing very well. Like, things were good, but I was very much scattered. I was afraid to really stand up and own that I was a spiritual love healer, that I was helping people heal from heartbreak, from pain, from trauma because of things that were happening in my own life. So I couldn't see it in me. I was dealing with so much hurt and pain. I was not in the best of environments as well. And that influenced me. I was like chasing my own tail, running around in circles. As soon as things got good, it seemed like it was just, there was a battle going on and I couldn't see it. You know, I would venture out and do well, then I would recoil. So there was a lot of fear, a lot of shame, a lot of shadow stuff coming up, and a lot of trauma. There was a lot that was thrown at me and it took me off of my path. Part of that was because I allowed someone back into my life who I thought had my best interest at heart, who I thought had good intentions, and them coming into my life caused a lot of pain and trauma. Because of that, I stepped away. I stepped away, and then, I started focusing on other things. And, I felt like I let myself down. I felt like I let my coach down. I felt like I let my audience down because I archived all of my content, the YouTube channel for the Spiritual Love Healer, the Facebook page. I did recently reactivate the Facebook page. I archived the Instagram. I'm not going to bring the other social pages back because I did choose to use my name. However, I will allow the Facebook page to be there and for people to follow and things like that. Or they can just follow me on my personal page, Jovhannah Tisdale. Either way, it does not matter. But yeah, I stepped away and, I wrestled with that. Like I felt like a failure, that I wasn't good enough. Just all the things were coming up. And I keep saying the word shame. And in the African Goddess Initiation book, the card that Goddess Abiola attributed to myself and my work was shame. And it was spot on. Because of the different things that I experienced, being a single mother, having gone through domestic violence, sexual assault, toxic and unhealthy relationships, there was so much shame that was embedded in me, in my life as a child. And it's not a bad thing, right? Because our shadows, and that card, Long Bubby Susie, is in the Temple of Shadows. And that is where so much medicine is. Because of all of the challenges and the trauma that I endured, I am comfortable navigating the dark spaces. I know what it is like to deal with major depressive disorder, anxiety, PTSD. I know what the side effects of domestic violence are. I know what it feels like to be betrayed, to have your heart broken by friends, by lovers, by parents. So I know how to serve in that capacity. And, being able to step away and allow things to unfold the way that they did gave me so much more knowledge, wisdom, power, medicine, magic, and mojo. Now I'm in a place where I am ready to be that leader, that healer, and that teacher that I've always dreamed of, that I always intended on being. And as much as I ran away from being a quote unquote relationship coach because I didn't want to fall in that category because I had so many horrible relationships. And when I say relationships, I'm not just referring to intimate relationships. I'm talking about familial, friend, lover, colleagues, relationship with money. Like, we have so many more relationships than what is discussed, than what we acknowledge. Anytime someone says relationship, we automatically think, oh, boyfriend and girlfriend. So that's something else that I'd like to change. Another thing that I shared is the fact that there's so much misinformation and harmful information being shared when it comes to relationships, particularly between men and women, particularly between Black men and women. And that has to stop because it's not helpful for any community. And with everything that is going on in the world, it will take all of us, human beings, coming together as brother, as sister, as friend, as companion, as colleague, with understanding, compassion, and wisdom so that we can see change in the world. That is truly what it is going to take. And so with all the tears that I have shed, some of those tears were that I knew all along who I was, what I am to do, how I am to do it. And the spiritual love healer is I, which encompasses everything. It encompasses ancestral body work. It encompasses shamanic money priestess, healing single mothers, all of the things that I thought I needed to segment and separate. I'm bringing them back into wholeness, which is what spiritual love is all about. It's about unity. It's about oneness. It's about recognizing the divine in self and in other. And it's just really beautiful. And I'm deeply excited to teach on this. So a lot of times people will look at a teacher, a guru, a healer, a person that they look up to as if, we're not supposed to go through things. We're not supposed to have challenges. And yes, I have a lot of knowledge and wisdom and professional teachings and trainings and, spiritual knowledge, but I'm still a human being. I am still a human being. However, this human being today has learned a lot from the past. A lot of that shit will not fly. And I don't ever want to come across as someone who is teaching from a place of ignorance as though I've not been through anything. I've gone through it. And that is what motivates me to share with other people, to create the videos, to do the readings that I share, to post content, to be a beacon of light so that I can help someone else see through their darkness. What I do now is because I wish I had have had someone there for me, but I did not. I had to figure that shit out on my own. It took a long time. It was messy, and it doesn't have to be that way. We need each other. We need people. Healing is a holistic thing. It requires your mind, your body, and your soul and your emotions to be transformed. And that is what I want to bring forward. So whether you have issues with your relationship with yourself because of confidence or self-love or self-esteem issues, whether you have issues with your siblings, your parents, other family members, whether you've been in friendships where they were filled with betrayal, or whether you struggle to make friendships, or whether you have had a series of bad relationships, whether you've stopped believing in love, there's space for you here. There is space for you here. I want to bring forward those of you with wounded hearts, those of you that want to believe in love again, those of you that would like to create healthy relationships, those of you who would like to manifest the abundance, the life, and the love that you desire, because that is what the spiritual love healer is here to do. I'm here to help you live abundantly ever after the pain, the heartache, the trauma, so that you can go on from a place of love, from a place of wholeness, and from a place of inner peace to live fully and have what it is that you truly deserve to experience in your life, and to know that you're not what you experience. You're not, the struggle is not real. You are not what you've experienced. We were not put here to struggle, and it is time for that to cease. So I'm calling myself forward. I am holding myself accountable to do the work that my soul is here to do in a way that only I can do it. And, that's a space that I am gladly taking up in much, much deeper ways and in a holistic way. I have always wanted to create a community. That had been a bit of a challenge to do because I was doing so many things. But I found this beautiful thread after, sitting in meditation and prayer, doing some healing activations, and just really touching back in with the energy that is what I've created, the things that I've created, and how I can bring them together. So I am creating this community. It's called Loved. And loved stands for living over victimization every day. It is an affirmation. It is a declaration. It is a decree that we are choosing to live, that we are choosing to heal. We are choosing to thrive in spite of what we've experienced in the past, in spite of any hurt, in spite of any pain, in spite of any trauma. We are choosing life. We are choosing love. We are choosing abundance, and we're choosing to live. And so right now, as an introductory thing, I'm still developing everything. I have a special offer for what I'm calling initial heartbeats, which are founding members, of just $27 a month for like my first 10 people. And then the price will go up to $44 a month. Inside of this space is everything from journeys that we'll take together or challenges. There are resources, journals, ebooks, courses, masterclasses, healing activations, meditations, open office hours, a book club, because I love books and I think they're beautiful healing tools. There's a different forums and threads and rooms, and it's just beautiful. This is the place that I am putting in all of my energy. And I would invite you to join if you feel aligned, if you're looking for a sacred space for healing, growth, and transformation. Join me inside of Loved. It's going to be amazing. The beautiful thing is that it will evolve with you. You get to input the things that you need. And I also want to bring in guests. Ooh, my favorite part about Loved. Oh my gosh. So not my first. I had a podcast called the Spiritual Love Podcast. And then that kind of shifted and transformed because I was all over the place. No, I was not all over the place. I was gathering wisdom and experiences from various aspects of life so that I could bring them back here to this point. Yes, I love that redirect. See? Yes. I had to catch myself. The Spiritual Love Podcast is going to be an exclusive podcast only for loved members. It's going to be phenomenal because some of the things that I will be talking about on there are things like the heart chakra and diving deeper into the 4 chambers. What do they represent? Talking about what narcissism is from an energetic spiritual standpoint, breaking down the energy of love. I'll also have on guests. We're going to be talking about things that we're seeing in relationships, ways to change that, commentary on some of the things that I'm seeing and hearing in the world out there, and answering your questions. So it's going to be a dynamic show that is exclusive. Also within the community, there will be other exclusive content like readings. I'll be doing readings inside the group. I am debating on whether or not I'm going to include the Abundance Code Collective inside of this membership, where we do deeper work around manifestation, healing wounds with money, things like that. I probably will, but I haven't fully decided yet. So that would just be an added bonus. Well, a great bonus if I do. Yeah, we're going to be talking about self-love, forgiveness, emotional freedom, divine masculine men in righteousness, divine feminine women within righteousness, emotional freedom, body work, body movement to release trauma, different healing tools, leveling up, relearning, forgiveness. I don't know if I said that already. Just all the things, you guys. I'm so excited. I'm a healer and I do that with a variety of modalities, and I get to bring all of that to you so that you can live abundantly ever after. Inside of Loved, it's an all-inclusive space with courses, the podcast, just lots and lots of things. I cannot wait. I hope that you choose to be a founding member. This is not going away. Like, I am locked in. And I am so focused. And this has been probably one of the biggest blessings, like coming home to myself. And that is the power of being in aligned connections and righteous relationship is that it brings you home to you. When I have been in the presence of people who were toxic, who were unhealthy, who were just stagnant, who were not aligned, it shows up in every area of my life because of who I am, because of my spiritual beliefs, because of the work that I do. I have to shield and protect my energy, which is why a lot of times you will see me with some sort of hat or head wrap on. Yes, it is fashionable, but it's also a way that I protect my energy as well. Woohoo! So yes, you get to hear it first. Loved is coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. You can get in right now for $27 a month. You can cancel at any time. The price of $27 will stay the same as long as you remain a member. If you choose to cancel and then try to come back in, the price may be different just depending on how the community has grown and evolved. But this is going to be a space where we're going to talk about all the things relationships. I'm going to be sharing with you spiritual information, real life information. We can also, talk about parenting. That's something that, I'm a parent, and how I, had to shift the way that I parented and building a relationship with my children using their natal charts, and just, we're getting into it. Like all the things that I've wanted to do, I get to do that right now. Another benefit is that the courses that I have created will be made available inside of the community. So that's an added bonus for you as well if you decide to join at any time. I'm really excited. I was just sitting in my journal and going back and forth in my my priestess journal that I use to write about the empire that I am creating, and was like I was feeling so much resistance around the spiritual love healer. And I'm like, oh my gosh, do I need to change it? And I was like, no. And I realized it's because of the feelings that I had around it, or the energy that I was in at that time. So I am going to do some sort of ceremony to purify and just reclaim that energy and really honor what it is that I've created, who it is that I am, who I am becoming, and what I am creating along that journey. So if you had been following me under the spiritual love healer and you were like, oh my gosh, she just dropped off the face of the earth, I truly apologize, because I know that there are people that look for me and that look to me. And like, I'm not going to lie, like I felt like a failure. I felt like I had let everyone down, and some people probably had not even noticed, but like for me, because I know that this is my calling, like it's not something that I can walk away from, because spirit will always pull me right back. So I'm locked in and I'm ready to serve. So like, yes, I'm ready to serve. I have a lot of amazing things coming, some of which you probably may have seen before. The Energy of Love course. I will be adding some more layers into that course soon. I'm not going to speak on that. I was trying to figure out if that was going to be part of the community. I'm not quite sure, because this course might turn into something bigger than what I'm envisioning. But if you are ready to tune into the frequency of love, if you're ready to activate spiritual love and abundance in your life, if you are ready to live abundantly ever after heartbreak, pain, trauma, if you want to break up with broke and manifest the love and life you deserve, if you're ready to liberate your mind, your body, and soul, come connect with me and let's do it. Let's live abundantly ever after together. Let's manifest the love and the life that we desire together, because it is time. I love you. I love you. I love you. Go to loved.jovhannahtisdale.com and join the community. I'll see you inside, and let's get started on this path to living abundantly ever after. Peace.